Hey, thanks so much for tuning into the Daily Dose for Spiritual Growth. We are continuing our theme on relationships. And today I want to talk about authority. I want to talk about leadership. I want to talk about how we set the example. How are we setting the example when it comes to serving one another, when it comes to communicating to one another, how we treat one another? Who is the greatest even? Like, how can we know that we're a great leader, a great friend, a great spouse? How do we know that? Well, the Bible tells us. Aren't we so thankful for that? Listen to Luke chapter 22, starting in verse 24. It says this: a dispute arose among them as to which of them was considered to be the greatest. This argument, this dispute that was happening thousands of years ago, 2,000 years ago, is still happening today. I think even more so today than it was. And this was the disciples, interacting with one another, trying to figure out, hey, who is the greatest? Who is the best? Think about today when it comes to social media, when it comes to followers and likes and shares and people having the platforms that they have today. It surpasses what they had access to back then. But the principle is the same. The dispute is still the same, arguing who is the greatest. And listen, because this principle has not changed right here. How Jesus responds, verse 25. Jesus said to them, the kings of the Gentiles lord it over them, and those who exercise authority over them call themselves benefactors. But you are not to be like that. Instead, the greatest among you should be like that of the youngest, and the one who rules like the one who serves. For who is greater, the one who is at the table or the one who serves? It is not the one who is at the table, but I am among you as one who serves. You are those who have stood by me in my trials, and I confer on you a kingdom, just as my Father conferred one on me, so that you may eat and drink at my table in my kingdom and sit on thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. What he's saying, and that was specifically, Jesus was speaking to the disciples there, but what the principle is that you want to lead, you need to first serve. You want to be a better boss. You want to be a better spouse. You want to be a better parent. What you need to do is you need to serve. Let's not use our authority to rule over and to belittle other people and talk down to other people. Jesus says, I have not come to serve, to be served, but to serve. Jesus had the authority, the kingdomship to be like, you're going to serve me. I've arrived. You're welcome. And he could have had that mentality. He could have had that attitude. Sounds kind of like some of us, doesn't it? I mean, look at our culture. Look at what is being promoted. Look at what is being celebrated. And what we have to do, we have to consider what Jesus was saying, is we shouldn't be like that. What we need to do is we should be like that of the youngest. We should be like that of a servanthood mentality, rather than sitting at the table saying, serve me, serve me, serve me. No, you want to lead better. You want to be better in your relationships. You want to have a better influence. You want to set a better example. Choose to serve rather than lead out of a way of authority and position. Let's lower our position to serve rather than consider yourself to be at the very top. Because when you consider yourself at the very top, you'll see that it's a very lonely place. But when you choose to serve, when you choose to look at relationships and say, hey, how can I serve you? How can I be a benefit to you? I promise you, you will have better friends. You will be a better spouse. You will be a better parent. Let's take some of these biblical principles and apply them to our leadership today. Hey, thanks so much for tuning in. Make sure you tune in tomorrow for the Daily Dose for Spiritual Growth.